everyone, welcome to another video on my art channel Sophie Art. Today we are unboxing another Upcrate box, so let's see what's inside. Oops. Oh my gosh. Watercolor! I'm so happy right now. And this sticker is the cutest thing. Oh, I love this one. So, the battle. Love of animals. That sounds great. Those clips are very interesting. So another postcard, like every time. I love this color. Oh my gosh, I'm so happy right now. So these are Van Gogh watercolors and I'm so happy right now. I think, oh my gosh. You guys, look at that color combination. That's a great color combination. I think they grow with every box. I love this color combination. Pencils. A very thin, very cool brush. I like Milan. I had one in my Scholar box and I really like these brushes. And a water brush, if I'm correct. Wow, my opening skills. Oh, that's Milan again, so should be nice. With a pushing part, that's an upgrade that I really like about water brushes. Yeah, and the size seems great too. Yeah, I think I can work with these two sizes. Move on to the artwork. Oh, that's so sweet. So that's Fox MB illustration. And you can find her on Instagram. But I will definitely tag her in my artwork on Instagram anyway, so if I don't forget. And 3 sheets of watercolor paper. I think that's something we can work with. I'm really happy right now. So, move on to the coloring part. Shoo! And welcome from the voiceover. I know I was pretty excited when I got that box. I am a huge fan of watercolors and I love the colors, and that's why I was so excited. I started off by adding a layer of water. For the blanket I used the wet and wet technique, although when I was finally on the other side the paper was already dry again. But the way I made the blanket was I looked at the blanket in my room and took a picture of it, and I had a reference picture from my cat, and I just combined my cat hiding in a bag and the blanket. The blanket reference was pretty important for all of the shadows. You will see me creating shadows a lot in this video. But I actually had a lot of fun doing it. It was really relaxing and the watercolors were just pretty cool. While I was filming this, I was watching a Netflix show that is called The Cable Girls. Around the time the box arrived, a new season came out, at least part A of it. And I think while filming this, I watched nearly every episode of it. So it took me a long time to create all these shadows. But the show is really interesting and I can recommend it. Actually, I'm normally not that much a fan of shows that just jump from one misery into the other, but this show just hooked me. Do you know this show? If so, do you like it? It may be a good idea to start now, because it's pretty thrilling and I think we all have a bunch of time right now. I'm pre-filming this and I will upload it in 2 weeks, but I'm pretty sure the whole corona crisis will still be a thing. And I'm so thankful for art subscription boxes at the moment, because they give me something to do right now. I can't wait for the March boxes to arrive. And I also can't wait for Animal Crossing to be released. I already pre-ordered it. And thankfully, by the point I'm uploading this video, you will be able to buy it. So if you're interested, it looks pretty cool, and I'm a huge fan of Animal Crossing. And it also seems like a good thing to do at the moment because it's a very relaxing game and we all deserve some relaxation at the moment. I know it's pretty hard. It wasn't easy for me either, but at the moment I'm actually pretty chilled. I think the fact that uploading works again, at least for now. I mentioned in a story that I'm just able to upload at the old YouTube Creators Classic, and with the new YouTube Studio I'm not able to. So the problem is the old one will be shut down in a few, I don't know, weeks, I guess. They just said that they will shut it down very soon. So I'm pre-producing a few videos so I have something to show you in the next weeks. And I hope for a miracle that they stop ignoring me and actually try to help me, because I've asked YouTube very often now and they just ignore me. I hope it's just because of the corona crisis, but they ignored me before this whole corona thing came up, so I'm not sure if it's the case. If it's because of the corona thing, I totally understand that. I know it's an unusual situation for all of us. Speaking of unusual situation, if you feel in any way caged or like you can't do this anymore, I have a recommendation for you. My friend Footless Joe made a video about 18 things you can do when you are stuck at home, and I can really recommend it. I think in times like this it is important to focus on the things you can do and the things you like to do at the same time. Like for example, art or art subscription boxes, they still ship, and at least at the moment. And it's really fun. With Upcrate and Scrawlerbox, for example, you can delete the subscription every month. So you can just order it for these unusual weeks and then stop the subscription again. But if that's not the thing for you, I'm sure you will find something in the video Footless Joe. But since we already talked about art subscription boxes, let's talk about this box. So with the battle word love of animals, I thought about my cat because I recently took a picture of her while we were playing and she hid in a bag, and I took this really cute picture of her. And then I just thought instead of a bag I could take a cozy blanket and give it a more chilly vibe. And also I think cat eyes are so cool when it's dark and they are just shining outside, so I tried to recreate that a little bit. All in all, I loved the color scheme, but it was not a scheme that would have fit my cat, so I just decided to go very creative and a little bit cartoony with it. The art supplies of this month were exactly what I love. I am a huge fan of watercolor. I actually needed to use them in art school as a kid, and I hated them because I just got these super cheap, not very pigmented colors, and I just hated it, and I loved acrylics way more. But then I went into a real art store for the first time and I just grabbed a package of 12 or 24, and since then I'm in love. I haven't tried a lot of liquid versions of watercolors, but I got a few and I enjoyed these. A good thing about them, I realized, is that they dry pretty fast. The ones from White Nights don't do that good. They take way longer to dry, which created a little mess in my case. But with these I was good the next day, so that's really cool. If you don't know what I'm talking about, you can of course dry those liquid paints too. Just put a bit of it in a case and wait for, in this case, 24 hours, and then you can use them like dry watercolors. Which is sometimes a good idea, because I noticed I use a lot more watercolor paint when I use them in a liquid form. Of course, both things have their good and their bad sides, but you can just try that out, in my opinion. You won't use all of the paint anyway, so you can have both available. That's what I do. Let's just talk about the water brush a little bit. I was a big fan of it. The cap may be a bit hard to put on, but I'm in love with that little push space because it makes it so much easier to use the brush. Something I noticed with the synthetic fiber brushes, after you use them a bit, they kind of all turn out a little bit, which makes it harder to make detailed shapes. I think I saw an art hack video once where you put some of your lip balm on it and it's like brand new. I don't know if that really works, that's just what I've seen. The other brush was a pretty good idea too. I used it a lot lately. It's just very small and perfect for details. It was very helpful around the eyes and the nose of the cat. So far, I'm a big fan of Milan brushes. And moving on to the Koh-i-Noor Hardwood Polycolor pencils. I think they had a pretty decent quality. I don't use pencils that often because I just can't blend as good with them as I can with watercolors. It's a different way and I don't like it that much, but I like to add some details with them, and that's what I did at the end. So yeah, that's all for this month's box. I hope you enjoyed the video. I was a little bit more chatty. I think I will do some podcast-like videos in the future because I enjoyed it at the moment. If you liked it, consider subscribing and giving it a thumbs up. And yeah, then we will see each other next week. Bye!